Hi, welcome to Dinner in the Round, where a gathering of friends and talk equals food for thought. I'm your host, Napiera Groves, and I am so happy to have you guys join us today. On our menu, we have my favorite, my Auntie Dot's lasagna. It's the first thing I mastered as a single woman, and it's come in handy in all kinds of events. So I can't wait to share it with you. Then I'm going to sit down with a couple of guests, and we're going to dish about everything from politics to relationships and everything in between. Can't wait. So glad you joined us. Let's get cooking. Come on. Let's get started with our baking temperature. I'm starting at 375, but you can get started anywhere between 350 or 375 depending on your oven. Now, the basis to any lasagna is the meat filling. Like I said before, I'm doing ground turkey meat, and real quick, we're gonna brown that up. We're gonna start with about a half a cup to a cup of onions, depending on how big your lasagna is. So, I like to call it about 2 handfuls. Mix that in there with your olive oil, and your green peppers, and your onions. With ground turkey, it's kind of hard because it's a little lighter than the ground beef. And now for our final layer of cheese. Spread that all over. Make sure it gets covered so it can have a really good brown. And remember, okay, so we did just 3 layers, but however many layers you need to get to the tip top of your lasagna, go for it. We started with noodles, meat sauce, cheese. I had a little sharp and mild cheddar shredded, a little mozzarella shredded, a combination of the two, and some Parmesan shredded cheese, and just layered it. Noodles, meat sauce, cheese. Noodles, meat sauce, cheese. I also like to put my cottage cheese next to my meat sauce. That way when they bake, they kind of mesh together. It's really, really good. In the oven it goes. Let's get it in. Oh, look at that. Mmm. See how it's brown around the sides there? That's great. That's fine. That's how you know it's done and ready to go. Your cheese nicely browned to a beautiful, nice color. Mmm.
Let's get it started in here.
Why Dinner in the Round, you ask? Well, as an artist and entertainer, I've always wanted to be able to sit down with my friends from all over the place. I've been lucky enough to have a great amount of friends from coast to coast and everything in between. So I wanted a place where I felt my peers, the hip-hop generation, could kind of sit down, talk about the birth of hip-hop, politics, and everything else. Let me first introduce my celebrity guest, Dr. Taib Muhammad, relationship expert, author, has been on every show under the sun from Ricky Lake, Tyra Banks, all of them. He is the master of the relationship. I also have Dana Keel here, radio talk show host and columnist. Lee Lewis here, songwriter, producer. And I have Lamont Moore, educator and artist. I'm very, very happy to have you guys here. Thank you for coming. I have such an eclectic group of people here today. I'm so happy. So listen, you guys, there's a lot going on right now, and I just want to start off with, I think, something that's kind of on everybody's mind right now. We just watched Barack Obama.
They say that his constituency is the wine and brie group. I still think that if you listen, but listen as a 5-course meal listener and not a fast food listener, you can hear exactly what he's saying.
He is a politician, first and foremost, and this is what he's running for president. So as assiduous as he is in his campaign, we have to understand that it's for politics. It's not for, okay, black folk we're about to overcome.
My next question, collectively, I think I bring people here to sit at this table as children of the hip-hop generation. It's matured, and I think it speaks a lot about history in 20 years from now, where we stood being a part of this generation. How have we influenced politics, and how we influence, you know, what's happening today?
Hip-hop is now divided into telling a capitalist nation story and not just the story of people.
I look at my son and daughter who are 12 and 8 respectively, and this is their music. I mean, Stop, Drop, and Pop. I'm like, oh, Daddy, I'm about to be 40. Daddy, now Stop, Drop, and Pop in it. My son, who's a big fan of Lil Wayne, and one day I was talking to him, I was like, you know what? We was talking about something. I said, I love this song, the little duffel bag boy. And he's like, well, Daddy, why would you like that? And I had to break it down to him, even though he's talking about hustling in this aspect, this is how your daddy grinds and hustles in his world.
Right.
And it's the same thing, except it's used in a different context. But I'm a little duffel bag boy too.
Yeah.
You know, but just not out there slinging on the streets, but I'm slinging in the industry in corporate America.
My theme song is Every Day I'm Hustling.
Right, man, you better say it.
Every day.
You know, Rick Ross, that's my running song. I'm not gonna say I'm perfect because I'm not. I'm close to it.
Right.
But women come into a relationship with me saying, well, you're the love doctor. You know everything. And then I have to quickly help them understand the word reciprocity. I want a man that's, that represents candor and he's also sweet and sincere. But then when you give that to him, it's like, well, you didn't have to say it like that. Well, that's the way you want it, baby.
Aw, no.
I'll give it to the way you want it, baby. I give you the sun, the moon, the stars. You gotta believe in me, baby.
We have this great problem of like these great pressures of, not only find a great mate, have his children, take time out of your life and your career, have their children. I mean, most of us want that anyway, but to have and to do all of that and then to succeed is like a great pressure.
It's hard, and it's hard to look good.
You're chasing a career all this time while men are, we're doing whatever it is we do, and you're chasing career. And then women, for example, have a tendency to say, okay, I have my career, my life, and then 30, and then next thing you know, they're saying biological clock is ticking, so they start putting themselves on the clearance rack, and so for sale going
poetry.
So going for any man that's available. So their woman is coming in doing it, she won't grab the janitor and say, man, this dude is the best, he's great. And if I just give him this little helping hand lift him up, and we make a good family, and he'll boost me up, and we'll grow.
Right. You talking to the wrong
But if I was a work in progress, because even when I was with my son's father, I thought, well, I'm a work in progress, I'm trying to grow as this, and he's trying to grow as that, we can go together. But this is the other thing too, my observation, not necessarily personal experience, but tell me, I want to meet the work in progress that doesn't cheat.
On that note, I need to toast it out one more time.
Right. Come on, do out.
To be continued.
I hope continue.
Geometry in the bedroom is the next time.
I'm full. Thank you, Amy Doc, for the recipe, and thank you guys for joining us. I mean, we are full of talk, full of food, and I'm so happy that you can make it. Again, I'm Napiera Groves, and thank you for joining us for Dinner in the Round.
For that brass ring, New York feel it in their gut. If Jay coming back, then the world need puff. Emotional bond to the game, I'm attached. I gave most of you dudes life, now get back.